Good morning, everyone. Renee Funk here with the Funk Collection, brokered by eXp Realty. I'm so excited. We've had this little conversation that's not so little in the works for a while. And Gretchen, how happy are you to get together and talk to our special guest today?
Super excited because Sherry is just amazing. And she is just such an icon in our real estate industry here in Orlando. And to have her part of our team is just, I have goosebumps, Sherry. That's how excited I am that you joined us.
So this is your official welcome to the eXp Realty family, Sherry, and wanting to share with everyone what we already know in your awesomeness. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been in the same location. This was a big decision for me because I've actually been in Windermere with the same office. We were acquired by a large corporation, but I never changed for 31 years. Same location, same spot. So it was a big change for me, but I've known Gretchen for quite a while through West Orange Resource and other situations. And I always thought that if I was going to make a change, I had to go to the company that felt right for me, and it's another family kind of company. When I started in real estate, we were in a boutique office, Main Street. It was a single broker. It wasn't a big corporation, and we were like a big family, and we all helped each other out. And no matter how long you've been in this business, there's always things you learn. So it's nice to be back to another family and not that huge corporation type feel, although eXp is huge and goes everywhere, which is another thing because you have access to realtors overseas, and it's great. Just by the push of a button you can be talking to them, per se. So it's an exciting situation. About me, other than real estate, I'm married. I have 3 grown children that I'm blessed to have close by. They're all local, and 5 grandchildren. So it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
I think it's pretty interesting that we're here together. And I mean, the two of you are powerhouses. I mean, look at Gretchen, how long have you been licensed?
Since late 90s.
Yeah. So, and Sherry, over 30 years, powerhouse experience making moves and joining eXp Realty together and linking arms. It's a really proud time. Very excited.
Yeah. So Sherry, I'd like to ask, what areas do you specialize in the Orlando market?
Southwest Orlando mostly, although I go all over. Windermere, Winter Garden, it's at my back door. So very, very familiar with all of those areas. I've gone into St. Cloud, Waterfront, Leesburg, pretty much all over. I've even sold down in Punta Gorda. So had listings down there because the MLS is a wonderful thing.
Well, and now you have the flexibility too, right? To be a part of the eXp Realty family, and we operate differently. You can absolutely have a borderless typed business.
Right.
So speaking of eXp, how do you look forward to your partnership with eXp Realty most enhancing your business, Sherry?
Well, I find the access to people and information is quite amazing because you've got the eXp world. So that does help drastically if there's a question that you have late at night. You can usually find something fairly easy. So it's great for a beginner in real estate, or it's great for a seasoned person because, like I said, even though you're seasoned, you still have questions. It's an ever-changing business.
Isn't that the great thing?
Yeah, and I love the workplace. You can ask questions. You have access to everybody. And our listings, we're always at other places. You're emailing your listings out. You can pop those listings in that workplace, and it goes all over the U.S., everywhere. So everybody's seeing.
You feel like you're getting more exposure?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Well, especially now that we have, Clear Cooperation, which was implemented by NAR and then regionally too, right? As we can share our listings once we have our executed listing agreement internally within our brokerage. And so we've been doing what you've been doing as well, Sherry. Gretchen and I and other eXp agents is popping them in there so that we can share with our brokerage and they know we have a listing coming up, which is still permissible under Clear Cooperation as long as it's within our brokerage. So Workplace has been a vital component to the collaboration we've experienced as well.
It's a great tool to have.
I agree. It is.
What are you most excited about in your current business, Sherry? It's a crazy time.
It is, but we've all, since we've been doing it a while, we've been through this before. But again, it's the collaboration, because right now you have got to be able to have access to people to know when those listings are coming up. When you've been doing it a while, also, it's great because ones will come up. I've got feelers out to other agents that are like, when you have something come up, let me know as soon as possible, because you've got to be able to jump on it. And again, same thing within the eXp family, we let each other know what's going on prior. So I'm just excited to have more flexibility in my business. The paperwork is so much easier, which frees up your life to do the things that are most important, and that's be out there with your customers. So
I love hearing that, because that was one of the things that we kept talking about was paperwork.
Yes. And I had a bunch of paperwork before. And I think also during this time, when you are presenting an offer and it has to be as clean as it can be. And the less documents that are in that offer, the better it is. So I don't have, people saying, why are there so many disclosures that you have? They say the same thing. So it's nice to just be real clean and easy.
That's great. So what do you think you're the most excited about future business goals?
What am I most excited about in my future business goals? I haven't really thought that far ahead, except for the fact that eXp gives you something to build on for your future, as far as bringing other people on board. I think there's a lot more. It's you in other companies, you get that pat on the back, and it's like, here you go, just go out there and make me more money, as far as the corporation. And here it's a family, and it's helping each other do things for you. And I don't want to say it's all about me, because it's about the customers, but with eXp, you have more of an opportunity to build something for a legacy, I guess you would say.
I think that's very poignant, is to know that we can build, number one, an organization, a business, as a business owner that we have an equity stake in, right? We're all agent owners in the company. And I think that you pointed out some very valuable thoughts, and that's, we have newer agents coming into the marketplace and choosing to be realtors, joining eXp Realty, and then we have powerhouses like yourselves who are linking arms together to say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm being poured into too, and that I have the person on my right, the person on my left, the people all around me coming together to say, let's uplift each other. It's a very special place, and we're so excited that you see that. You and Gretchen had spoke for some time before you made the decision to make the move. Well, there was some time with that fear in the driver's seat, if I do recall.
It's hard, I'm very particular. I'm very regimented in my business, and it's hard to make a big decision like that. You're leaving someplace that you've been there for so long, and they are still part of my family. You make friendships, and those last a lifetime. But I just got to the point where I said, I need to just do something different, and I think it can be a much better situation as far as my business goes.
That's wonderful. So Sherry, what is one thing many people do not realize about the Orlando real estate market?
What they don't realize. I think it's all in the news how crazy it is. So I don't know if there's something. I'm trying to think of what they don't realize about the market.
We know how the media is.
Well,
I think it's interesting right now how in Central Florida we are so I've been licensed 7 years, and for the first time in my experience, we are seeing a very strong seller's market that we haven't seen in a very long time. However, that has been existed in other markets throughout the US for much longer. For example, last night I was on a collaboration call, and there were a couple leaders from California, and we had an agent that was from the Northeast, and they've been having a similar market that we have now for well over a year, and a couple of them 2 years. So I think it's very interesting because what we're seeing now is the first time. It's only been the last 3-ish months that it's really been, the heat has been turning on. What are your thoughts on that?
well, I think, since we've done so well with COVID and we never really shut down, there was a little bit of a time where a lot of people stayed home, and it was a very difficult time for people, especially Disney people. There were a lot of furloughs, a lot of layoffs. So we have had some of that, but I just remember I had some people that were moving to Dallas, and I just listed their home, and they took the husband there to get him settled, and then all heck broke loose. And I just said, stay there. Let us get your house sold because it's great. It's easy to show. You don't have to worry about anything. Well, they came home unbeknownst to me. They called me the next day and said Dallas was being shut down. We decided to come back so that we could close up the house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have gone and cleaned the house. It was pending by that time. But his first thing he said to me was, oh my gosh, I come home, we're driving in. People are out on the golf course. They're walking around. They're on their bicycles. And I said, it was great here locally because we saw families out picnicking and being together. It was difficult because some of them were laid off or furloughed, but it had family time and we were still able to get out. Back to the market though, I do hear a lot of people going, oh, you must love it because you're so busy and the sellers must love it. It's not that much fun during this market, even for the sellers, because there's decisions they have to make when you're having multiple offer situations. And that's where the realtors come in trying to assist them in saying, it's not always the price because you can work on the price, but there's a lot of factors that you have to look at those offers. So it's a very stressful time for sellers. As well as the buyers because they're doing multiple offers and losing things. But it's not all roses all the time in real estate. It's a lot of hard work, and the sellers, it's hard on them as well, making those decisions with 11 offers on the table, making sure they take the right offer. So
well, partnering with experience is key, right? And then there's a simplification for that. And another thing that I'm so incredibly grateful for is literally every morning that we're getting together, we're masterminding over approaches and how we can best serve our sellers and how we can best prepare buyers, and knowing it's a very interesting marketplace that those that are entering the marketplace, they're there to make moves, right? And it's having that experience, which we all collaborate on, to know that we can best serve the customer and set them up for success.
I like what Sherry said about, when we're putting in offers right now for our buyers, it is very strategic, and it's a lot of educating our buyers of what is going on in our market. And I love what she said, that being with eXp, it's more simplified. We can package everything, we can present it more simply, and, it really helps with our acceptance rate. I mean, I have been getting buyer offers accepted. Yeah. And again, it's just putting that package together and being strategic, and the collaboration that we have on determining how we're going to put those offers in has made all the difference for me and my business. And, it will continue, I think, for all of us because of the means that we've got for such a high level of collaboration, not only here locally, but and broad as we do with our eXp world.
Right.
So very true. Power in the collaboration for sure. Well, Sherry, we just have a fun question now, right? It's just fun. It's just a fun little thing. I always love hearing from real estate agents why they love living where they live and what makes where they live and serve awesome. So why do you love living in Orlando? What's awesome about Orlando?
Well, the weather. You can't beat the weather. I have a friend right now that just sent me pictures of snow, and although snow is gorgeous, I don't want to live in it. So there's just so much that Orlando has to offer. Between the arts and the parks and just the outdoor activities that people have available to them for families or whatever you want to do. It's a friendly environment, at least what I'm around. So it's peaceful, and I just love it. I'm a Southern girl. I was born in Dallas, Texas, and then South. So.
Well, we're super excited that you joined us, Sherry. Really proud. I mean, you come with a ton of experience, and the fact that we are partnering together to go to that next chapter it's an exciting day. We're thrilled that you joined us.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
All right, Miss Gretchen, always good to see you. Sherry, great to share a conversation with you. Be sure to look Sherry up online. And Sherry, you want to give your contact information?
Sherry sells homes at cfl.rr.com, 407-718-0412, sherrysellsflorida.com. Facebook, Pinterest.
Awesome.
Send your referrals too if you're out of area.
Absolutely. You are both awesome. We'll talk to you soon. Make it a great day.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.